We've all been through good stuff. It makes you who
Good
you are.
and bad, it's just whatever.
Oh yeah, you said you regret a whole bunch of things. Something that I decided when I was a kid is that I don't regret anything because I'm where I'm at, and even if I'm dying because of some disease that I got because I made a stupid decision, I'm still happy to be where I'm at. I experienced all these amazing things in life up until there.
I wish I could feel that way.
You can.
I really do.
You can.
I don't know
promise.
how. I physically don't know how. There's so many things that have happened, so many traumas, so many situations that I myself have put myself in, and it's hard to get past those.
It's really hard. That's where perspective comes in. Perspective is like single-handedly changed my life. It full 180, like flipped my shit upside down. Like once I realized that you can look at things however you want to. Granted, that's so much easier said than done.
It really
so
is, because
easier.
I don't know how to flip these situations into something positive, if that makes any sense.
Finding the silver lining is hard. It is so hard. Fuck, I had a thing. Fuck. I don't know. Finding the silver lining is really hard sometimes. But how to do it, I have my own way of doing it. I was a habitual liar as a kid, like straight up, like it. Think of it as like a fucking disease. Like I wasn't the victim of it. I brought it all on myself. Well, not all of it. I think my circumstances as a kid brought it on me and made it way easier to go that route. But anyway, it was a disease. It was the hardest thing to get rid of. And I think that made me really mentally strong to be able to get rid of it. And then it left me with this golden, fucking solid gold nugget in the middle of it. Like, that golden nugget is surrounded by all that nasty shit that's lying. You remove all that and you get through it, you're left with this fucking nugget. And that is that I know how to get what I want, and I don't use that in a bad way anymore. And I can also fucking make myself believe whatever the fuck I want because I was such a good liar.
That is incredible.
Because the fucking amount and complexity of the stories that you come up with as a habitual liar, you don't come up with that shit unless you're a fucking movie writer. Like, you like, and then to keep it consistent when your dad asks you today, and then he's like, oh, okay, whatever. And then tomorrow comes along, oh, so what happened with that thing again? I forgot. And
oh my
you have
God,
to keep it going. And so
sounds really difficult. I'm a terrible liar, by the way.
It's difficult.
Like, if somebody were... I guess that's why I keep myself such an open book, is because I'm such a bad liar that if somebody asks me a question, like, my coworkers sometimes will be like, can you keep a secret? I'm like, no, straight up, no, I can't. Because if somebody asks
Don't tell me.
If somebody asks me about it, my face immediately will be a dead giveaway, because I cannot lie for some reason.
It's a skill.
Like, I'll try to. There will be situations where I myself need to keep something to myself for my own benefit, and I physically just I just whoop.
You thirsty here? It's hot in here.
That's pretty much me.
I know exactly how that feels. And you know what? You brought up something that makes me think. I think I'm such an open book now because I was so on the other side of that. I was so closed up and so deceptive and like, you don't know what's going on with me. You don't know what's going on in here. You have no clue. You don't know what I did. No, I didn't do that. What are you talking about? And so now it's just all out there.
For sure.
But I think back to the way to be able to flip things around, that's what makes it so that I can do it. I just straight up lie to myself. Well, no, it's not. I don't think you can consider it a lie. It's
Kinda
like, no, this is the way it is.
Manipulating the way you see things, perhaps?
Exactly. Yeah, just going in and changing it. You're like, oh, that's not a 0. That's supposed to be an 8. You change it to an 8, and then an hour later it changes back to a 0. And then you're like, oh, fucking 0? Here's an 8. And then once you do it enough times, it stays an 8. It doesn't go back to a 0.
I wish I could do that. I really do.
I think everybody has it within them to do that.
I've genuinely tried to have positive outlooks around it, and there's just a few things where there's a lot of PTSD behind it that kind of, I don't know, like blankets everything. Where like you make all this progress over the course of these months, and you kind of move past it, and you stop thinking about it, and you start having like a better outlook on life, and then it just kills itself. Just like stabs itself repeatedly, and just like blood splatters everywhere, and people are screaming, and it's like World War II, and everybody's just like gunfire, and it's like, ah!
That does sound like PTSD.
It feels like that.
Yeah, I think PTSD is a misunderstood thing. I don't think people realize the levels that you can have it. They think PTSD, they think, oh, soldier, he's in the war, and he's got PTSD because he killed somebody, or whatever, or he saw something. No, PTSD can be because you got your fucking ass whooped as a kid.
Yeah.
And now you have dreams about it, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be some huge thing that other people perceive as traumatizing.
And you can have like multiple triggers too. It doesn't have to be one specific situation. Like, yeah, one could be bigger than the other, but it's like for me, like I have lots of things that will send me into a panic because it's rough, you know? Like I still wake up with nightmares over the most recent thing.
Nightmares are no fun. I don't like nightmares. They're not nice.
They're not fun. I feel like it's about 2:00 in the morning, like pretty routinely.
That's not fun.
And then I'll go months without thinking about it, and then it'll come back, and then 2:00 again, like wake up, and I'm like, no, no, I'm not, no.
I don't, see, this is something I've been thinking about for months. My girlfriend has the same thing. She has nightmares all the time. They've been getting better lately.
Good.
Yeah, thankfully, because I don't know what to do. I can tell you what I would do. I just be like, okay, nightmare happened. I move on. I go on with my day, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, and I move on. I forget about it. It is what it is. I'm not gonna change that I had a nightmare. I'm just gonna keep moving. Yeah. It sucks because it made me feel like shit. But beyond that, what else did it do? It impacted my morning, making my day kind of shitty. I don't know. That's how I think about it. But the way that I think about things doesn't generally translate to other people's way of dealing with things.
Yeah.